Hey guys, what's up? It's Dave. I am gonna get my chart set up here. We're gonna go through the market, see what closed strong, and then we'll go to week. Looking at things ahead of time, I am just for this week. I'm not biased. Short overall. I think it was healthcare and XLP. However, it depends on how Monday opens. If we were to gap up and then sell off, that wouldn't be the best scenario. If we were to gap down Monday and then get bought up, I think that would be a different story and a different scenario. However, I am focused short this week, and I'll go over that reason why. Okay, so as always, I look at the weekly charts here, okay? I'm going what looks strong. Actually, let me do the usual. Starting at the SPY, we have a bearish engulfing candle from this week. We're basically still within this range. You can call it an ascending triangle from the lows of October there. 23, that is. Even hits the lows of August, and then it hit these lows 6 weeks ago now. So we kind of have like a long-term ascending triangle pattern, but we've really gone nowhere since, I don't know, November, December. If you want to include this break of the high here, you could even say September. But I'd say safe to say October, November time. We haven't really done much except consolidate, get tight. I don't know if this is distribution. I don't know if this is new cost basis developing to continue higher. I don't know. I just play what's on the charts. We did kind of have a failed breakout last week, and typically the target is the opposite end of range. So if I look at the daily here, we had the highs that we're looking at there, broke out, failed. Now in one day it gave back as like 1.5%, something like that. It's already hitting these levels here, and we'll see. Look at the volume though. Like, that's pretty high volume. That's the highest volume ever since December the 20th on the gap down and when it got bought up. So I don't know. It's decent volume. I'm pretty sure it was because there was a lot of supply. That's why. But what spooked it was that COVID-like virus that was discovered. I'm pretty sure that's why. So I don't know if vaccine type names are going to be in play now. Just one thought to potentially take advantage of if this is actually going to be a thing. But looking at the daily, you can see we're below the 10, the 20, and we're hitting the 50 SMA. So we tapped the 50 SMA. It doesn't really like to respect the 50 SMA lately, as it's been chopping around. So I'm not going to put too much on that. But here are some levels. We're at an interesting level now. It continues to undercut the 600 level and get bought up. I don't know if this is a dip buy opportunity. Every dip here, especially the past couple of Mondays, have been buying opportunities. Will it continue to do so? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know until it doesn't work anymore. And so basically, I'm looking at last week. It's a failed breakout. We have supplies at prior level, supply at prior levels, and I'll just kind of be sitting back watching for a bid to come in. I'm not going to be super heavy. I did liquidate everything. Another QQQ, the Qs here. Another bearish engulfing, a little bit higher volume than last week. It doesn't necessarily technically take out the bottom tail of last week, the lows of last week, but took out the highs and failed to move higher. So this could be a downtrend line retest. A breakout and a retest of this DTL. So maybe it works out that way. We shall see. RSP equally weighted. I like to look at this as well. Broke out of these prior 2-week highs, and it failed to accept. Basically hit supply at this, what is it? 183-ish level again. So we shall, until we break that, that continues to prove itself as a level of supply. So we shall see. So I'll just be watching basically this 172-ish level, 170 level, somewhere around here. Basically these prior highs to hold. Maybe we retest it again. We shall see. Let's look at DIA. This is breaking these lows here. Now, this could, over the next couple weeks, maybe it sets up a higher low versus this 418-ish area. But for now, it could also be flagging from this strong push up. We need some sort of confirmation or some sort of information this week for what is to come, in my opinion. IWM, I'm pretty sure that looks sloppy. Yeah, this what, 270, 227 to 231 level continues to be an area I continue to fight with. This uptrend line, we'll see if it respects it this week. It's got 1, 2, 3 tags, so this would be the 4th time. Overall, it doesn't look the best, but I don't know what's actually going to happen. XLP, interesting. So we get I'm pretty sure we're getting some rotation into there, while everything else, or a good majority of things, close weak. Consumer staples close strong. Now it is hitting this downtrend line that I have drawn here. This could be a potential area of supply. I don't know. That's not loading properly. I'm going to delete that. So we shall see. So it found support again at that 75-ish level, 76-ish level, bounce off of that. I could see, if it wants to find supply at this, I could see it kind of maybe pulling back a little bit this week, especially being green for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row now. Maybe it chops a little bit, consolidates, maybe a little price correction to set a higher low versus this 76 low, and then we can break out of this this kind of area here. So XLP, I do have that pulled up down in the bottom here. XLU, utilities, also closed stronger on the week. It tested this prior high from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. Pulled back a little bit and then kind of came and closed pretty close to it. So we shall see. This might be this higher low versus here. We've got to break above. We'll get a higher high versus that $80 level. And then I could see a test of this 82.50, 83-ish level coming in on XLU. So utilities close strong-ish. UNG, another name that's closing strong. So natural gas, I don't trade this, but I like to watch it. Gold, this is obviously strong, right? This continues to be strong. I would be a buyer. I would like a pullback to this breakout area, 257. I would look into names around GLD that could potentially, I don't know any names off the top of my head. I don't. Yeah, either way, I won't say anymore, but I'd look out for a retest on that. Healthcare looks interesting. Downtrend line trying to, we do that. It broke the downtrend line, pulled back to the weekly 10 EMA, also the weekly 20 EMA, fighting the weekly 50 SMA. And this kind of looks like a strong push up flag, and it closed higher last week. And so I would be curious if healthcare wanted to continue to push higher. So XLV is a name that I have pulled up as well. I'm going to look at those names for you guys. XLRE, this kind of looks like a bear flag forming. It just kind of marches up there. We'll see what that wants to do, especially as it hits this prior or this potential area of supply. I could, if people want to start selling that are quote unquote trapped up here, this would be the area that we could see that supply introduced at. So XLRE looks interesting. I wouldn't touch it long. XLE just continues to just like follow this ascending triangle pattern. I'm not touching it. RSP already went over it. XLC breaking out, kind of a retest look at the moment. Lower volume on the retest. If we look at the daily, kind of looks like that. So it looks healthy. It's above the 20 EMA. There's nothing crazy. It's just this Friday market spook makes everything look not the best. XLK is kind of sloppy. I apologize. These are all the lines, but let me delete. I don't like that uptrend line, but obviously we can see that this level of supply continues to be introduced around this 245-ish level, 243-ish level. Pretty large volume on Friday, big candle. Candles like these, I wouldn't be shocked if we got continued downside move. So this is why, and there's a few names that I'm somewhat biased. Lower volume overall in the weekly. It's we're only, I don't know, how far are we from the highs? We're not that far from the highs. I'm not saying bearish or bullish. Market's crashing. I'm not saying that at all. Just for the short term, I would not be surprised if we got some follow through to the downside for this upcoming week. However, that doesn't look like it's going to be a bad thing overall, because we're still near the highs. XLY looks pretty interesting. I want to see this level hold, this 215-ish level. Maybe it fills this downward trend out and breaks higher. Maybe it breaks lower. I don't know. But right now, it's not something for me to play with. But, we're at its highs. So this doesn't, until we start making lower lows and lower highs, I'm not going to scream downtrend. A correction wouldn't be a bad thing. But if you just zoom out, overall trend is up. All right. So I'm just waiting for price to play out. I'm going to make money either. I'm going to try and make money either way. I short and I go long. So I'm not biased towards anyway. IYK consumer staples looks pretty interesting. Strong push last week. We just got to see if we can break and hold these highs. FXI, China, again, looking strong overall. KWeb looking strong overall. TLT, sure. IBB Biotechs, I don't really touch those super much. EIM, what did I like? I think, IYH, here you go. Healthcare again, looks interesting. So I think healthcare names are in like medical supplies. Might be interesting to look at. LIT, lithium, continues to hold this line that I drew a couple weeks ago. We'll see if it wants to continue to do so. Not 100% sure, but we shall see. Medical devices, here we go. IHI looks interesting. Just for the past 4 weeks, it's been like basically within a range after 2 weeks of a strong push up. So medical devices look pretty interesting in my opinion. IYR, bleh, IYE, whatever, REIT, meh. TAN, it just continues to downtrend. I'm pretty sure it has a topping tail. Yeah, bottoming tail followed by a topping tail on volume. I'm still not interested in too long names in TAN. Maybe short name in TAN though, because I am biased short. So maybe we'll take a look at those. Silver, there's a lot of topping tails here. So this has been an area of prior supply, especially, this 30, 29, 50-ish range. So just watching that. Semiconductors, they're just in a range. They continue not to do anything in a range, Maybe NVIDIA, I'm pretty sure earnings is like Wednesday evening, this week. So we shall see what that has to offer and has to bring. URA, I don't know if that looks like anything to you guys. XRT failed breakout here. I'd say target is this $70 area. And then IWM just doesn't look the best either. So I already went over that. Let's take a look at healthcare names. What did I just do? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll just close these. Healthcare. Let's take a look at healthcare first. I'm going to organize these by score. So TradeIdeas score is basically the company's financials paired with the technical analysis of the name. So I'll go down to like 80. I'm only going to do the top looking names. ABT looks pretty solid, breaking into highs, strong move. Let me move this down here. Float, nothing, short floats, nothing crazy. But this does look pretty decent overall. ABT, GILD is that Gilead Science. Again, pushing higher. I wouldn't be shocked if we get a little pullback. It's a little extended. LLY looks okay. Looks like it's a failed breakout, especially of these highs here of 890. So maybe it comes back and tries to retest this low at 845. J&J, strong mover, a little extended in the short term. VRTX looks like it wants to test this 492 high. Not a good risk reward in my opinion. ISRG continues to kind of grind up this 20 EMA, 10 EMA. We had a nice little gap fill here, and maybe now that it filled the gap, we'll see if bids want to drop. However, we could see, 563 hold. It would be maybe the 50 SMA catches up to that. You would have prior area of support with confluence of the 50 SMA. With confluence, it's pretty close to, stop it please. It's pretty close to this breakout high. Not quite though. Not quite, but maybe it wants to pull back, kind of retest again this level, this 565 level. So looks interesting. Not a top look in my opinion. EBBV, I wouldn't be shocked if we got some supply there. DGX grinding higher. PODD breakout. Now it's kind of retesting high volume. I do kind of like this look for this week. Looks decent. Short float's nothing crazy though. CAH, let's see. Needs to break that downtrend line. It is getting kind of tight. It just needs to break it. What's the average? Daily volume. Is that what's showing up here? Let's see. Daily average. Yeah, whatever. It's not showing. Interesting. Okay, that's it for that. And then XLP was the other sector that was looking strong. I'll do the same thing for you guys real quick. Going to the strongest stocks, basically based on fundamentals and technical analysis. We have Philip Morris. If you're looking at it, you can see it's basically at highs here. Looks pretty. Sorry, I'm being sloppy right now. Looks pretty solid overall. It just broke these highs Thursday and then follow through on Friday. So this looks nice. I'm going to add this to my long focus list, but I am not going to be focusing long this week. K, I'm not touching that. PM, wait, didn't I just do that? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, okay. Coca-Cola, super strong move, especially after earnings here. It's extended in the short time, but I am going to add that to my long focus list. KR, breakout and kind of a retest look. That looks pretty solid. What's the volume was decent on there as well. So I would look, does it move? 50 to 60. It's not the best mover. Monster, downtrend line break. So that's that looks like it might want to go retest this 57, 56, this area. MKC looks like, downtrend line, push off, flagged a little bit, consolidated, and now it wants to go retest those 82 level. I can see that happening. KMB, another downtrend line break. Costco, close to a retest. We'll see what happens there. PG, all right, I'm breaking the 80s. So, all right, those are some interesting names. Overall, I'm not bearish overall on the market. The market looks healthy. It just looks like it needs a healthy pullback. We're not that far from the highs. I'm not worried about it. Eventually it's got to have a pullback. However, we're only 3 years into a bull market. It's got to rest at some point in time. So when is that point in time? When are we going to get a deeper pullback? I don't know. I'm just playing the charts, trying to be prepared. I'm trying to be on the right side of strategies that basically work for me. hopefully that's helpful. You guys trade safe. Thanks for your time. Like, share, comment. Come join us at Micro E Futures. Our equity side, you can get some like 15% off of TradeIdeas if you use my code DCOB15. All this stuff is pretty great. I wouldn't trade without it. Wouldn't trade without the community. So come join us and trade safe. Later.